Hey guys, Euroslam back with another video. Today we're looking at the Los Angeles Lakers 5 potential players they could acquire via trade. Now, obviously, Lakers are defending champions, but you know this year's going to be a competitive year. We're going to have a healthy Durant, healthy Warriors team. Other teams are going to get better. So you're going to want to make some moves too if you want to be able to compete for championship again next year. Regardless, I'll still be in the hunt for it, but you're going to look to make a move, hopefully, put yourself over the top again. With that, guys, if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. Got a lot of great videos coming in the future. Watch the basketball talk, rumors, the free agency talk, signings, draft, all that good stuff. A lot of top 5 videos. Not going to want to miss those, guys. With that, let's get into the video, guys. Right off the bat, a couple honorable mentions. Jrue Holiday, JJ Redick for the Pelicans. I think they're a possibility. It's a bit of a long shot. They get traded Pelicans again after last season. They both would fit nicely with LeBron. Obviously, AD reuniting with Jrue Holiday would be nice. And of course, Victor Oladipo. You'll hear him all the trade rumors all throughout the offseason. Obviously, it's possible for the Lakers as well there. A bit of a risk with his injury past and on an expiring deal. Do they see him kind of as a potential third star, giving him kind of a max deal coming next season? Kind of up in the air. But at number 5, guys, DeMar DeRozan from the San Antonio Spurs. Now, I just made a video on DeRozan talking about his whole free agency. If he opts out of his player option, where could he go? I talked about him going to the East. But the West and the Lakers are also an interesting factor as well. Now, with this deal, there's 2 ways it goes. The Lakers could attempt to sign him in free agency. Well, they'd probably have to sign him for the mid-level exception, definitely a lot lower than what DeRozan's worth. But if DeRozan really wants to win a championship and go home to California, he may be willing to sign a 1-year deal, kind of like how Cousins did with Golden State there. Maybe he'll sign a 1-year deal, join LeBron, the Lakers, go for that championship. The other possibility would be a sign and trade. And with that sign and trade, you're probably looking at Danny Green and Kyle Kuzma. Obviously, Danny Green to match the salary there. He's on an expiring $15 million deal. Why would the Spurs do this? Well, if you're going to lose DeRozan, I'll get something for him, right? And Kyle Kuzma has got potential. Could be a nice pickup for the Spurs. And then Danny Green's on an expiring deal, so if they are rebuilding, potentially package him in a trade. Do a deadline there. He has some value being an expiring deal for potential playoff team there. So that's a possibility, I think. DeRozan, it would help LeBron. He can handle the ball, take the score and load off. If you think about that big 3, LeBron, Davis, and DeRozan, that's pretty scary. I think DeRozan almost like back when LeBron had D-Wade. Very similar playing styles, both mid-range shooters. Obviously, having more 3-point shooters around LeBron, but when LeBron goes to the bench, DeRozan can take off a lot of that scoring load, give him a chance to rest. I think hands down, the Lakers are better with DeRozan. I don't see why they would get worse. He's not a great defender. You got guys like LeBron, Davis, and other defenders on the team that could help out. But I think, it would be a plus for them. Definitely a possibility. Number 4, Derrick Rose, the Detroit Pistons. Now, Rose, you've heard this rumor for the last year or so about him coming to the Lakers. He's on an expiring deal. I think it's about $8 million or so. So not to get a whole lot of salary for him. You may be looking at having a Caruso for him, maybe Kyle Kuzma, a couple other fillers there, maybe a draft pick. But he'd definitely be a nice fit with the Lakers. He's had kind of a bit of revelation there with the Timberwolves and the Pistons there. Obviously, another injury-prone player, which is I kind of get hesitant with trading for a guy like him. But when he's healthy, he's a hell of a player. He still wants to get that ring. He definitely, when he's healthy, he'd help the Lakers a lot. He can shoot threes now. He can score. Another ball handler for them. He'll definitely consider it. I don't think he's going to be their first option there. They're going to have a lot of other options to look at first, and then he's kind of like a last resort option. I think we'll have to get a trade with a contender at some point. It's not if it'll be the Lakers or not. That guy's got number 3, Buddy Hield of the Sacramento Kings. Now, here's a guy I would love to join the Lakers. I think he would fit perfectly with them. Of course, his 3-point shooting ability, great scorer. He's not happy in Sacramento. Apparently, he wants out to sign that extension. he came off the bench last year for the Kings to half of their season there. They actually played better than him off the bench. It was a good fit for him, but he didn't like it. He wanted to be a starter. It's a good chance the Kings trade him to link the Sixers, Lakers, a few other teams. I think it's quite a team that he fits really great on. Sixers as well, great fit. But playing with LeBron, he's a sharp shooter. The looks he would get, the shots he'd be able to make, it would be a great fit, I think. And what we get for him, you're probably setting up Kyle Kuzma for him again. Once again, putting in Danny Green for that salary filler. Maybe a draft pick. Depends on how the value they can see in him. But I think Lakers could be definitely a huge possibility of acquiring him. I like the fit. The only thing with him on Lakers, too, is I feel like he also fits really good coming off the bench as well, which he doesn't like. But it's just, he could fit both the starter and the bench, but he might be a bit of a better fit off the bench. So, I don't know, but gotta make him a starter. He'd still be a great contribution for the Lakers. With that, guys, next up, number 2, Danilo Gallinari from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, it seems like Gallinari's on his way out. The Thunder are going to rebuild. He's a free agent. A lot of teams are interested in him. He's a great shooter. He spaced the floor as a big man. He's like a 3-4 for his position-wise. He was linked to the Heat a lot last year, but the trade came at a deadline. Now he's came out and said he wants to win a championship, willing to take a bit less money. We don't know how much less he's talking about, because definitely you see his value. He's probably about $20 million a year value right now. How much less money is he willing to take the mid-level exception? That's what some teams looking at. You know, there's a lot of teams out there like the Heat, the Lakers, the Nets, the Clippers, all these teams that would love to add Gallinari to their team because of his shooting ability and his scoring ability. But if he does want a little more than the exception, let's look at a sign-and trade now. With the Lakers, once again, they can offer Danny Green as a salary filler, and then you can throw in Kyle Kuzma. You can throw in their draft pick this year they got. Once they draft a player, they can then trade that player to a Thunder. If you're a Thunder and you're already going to lose Gallinari, if you can get Kuzma and you can get a first-round pick, even though it's a 30th pick, that's still pretty good to get for Gallinari, who's just going to walk away from nothing. And you have Danny Green, too, you can trade later on. Expiring deal there. I think Gallinari would be a great fit for the Lakers in that 4 spot. Especially come playoff time, you have Davis starting the 5, Gallinari playing the 4. You have Davis take over defensive responsibilities. Gallinari can shoot threes. Playing with LeBron and Davis, it just would fit that system perfectly. I can see him going Lakers. Whether it's a free agent signing for a low amount, or if you have to do a sign-and trade, I think there's a realistic possibility, so look out for that, guys. But with that, guys, get to number 1. Of course, you've heard all about it, all over the news. A lot of it, I think it was GMs coming out and saying, I think that Chris Paul of the Thunder is going to end up on the Lakers. Because of his relationship with LeBron James, the belief is Lakers will try to attempt to trade for him. It's definitely going to be really difficult because of how high his salary is. Talked about it in the past. 2 years left, $85 million. It's a lot of money. Lakers already committed to LeBron. 1 more year, and then Davis is going to be getting a max salary. So you're going to have like 3 max level players. Doesn't leave you a lot of depth. But the trade, you can get it done. You have to include Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma again. You then have to draft your first round pick, include him in there. And some other guys as salary fillers, depending who picks up the player option. If guys, like KCP or McGee or Bradley pick up their player options, you have to package them and then to match the salaries. But it can definitely be done. And Paul would be a perfect fit for the Lakers. They need another ball handler. You saw Chris Paul, how he played in the playoffs. You saw his whole entire year, how he was as a leader. Him and LeBron are friends. Him and LeBron, despite their age, they're still playing at an elite level. And you add that with Davis, that big 3 is terrifying. Definitely a championship favorite. Then you just got to add some pieces around. Maybe re-sign Rondo. I know they had their little scuffle a couple of years back with Chris Paul there. But this is about winning a championship and being on an elite team. I think they put the defensive side. You can then potentially re-sign some of your other guys, cheaper deals. there's going to be plethora of players that are willing to take minimum deals to join this Lakers team if you got Paul, LeBron, Davis for a chance to win the championship. So you just fill a team with a lot of veterans. You can bring back guys like JR, back a guy like Morris potentially. Fill a team up with veterans, shooters, surround Paul, LeBron with a bunch of shooters, a bunch of veterans, and you're going to have a hell of a competitive team. You're going to have a championship contender, definitely a championship favorite, I feel like, with those three together. Do I think it's going to happen? I think it's a possibility. I wouldn't bet on it right now just because of how much salary it is. But they're definitely going to look at it. They're looking at all the possibilities. And Chris Paul, I feel like he's Laker bound at some point. If it's not this season, if it's not next season, at some point when the contract ends or get a buyout at some point, he's Lakers bound. He will finish his career with LeBron. I feel like they're meant to play together. Paul deserves to win a championship, and him and LeBron should get it done together. But definitely look at this trade, and they may pull the trigger. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Paul rejoin next season. And definitely, I think it would be a huge trade. It definitely benefit the Lakers. That's what I got, guys. That's the video. Comment below. Let me know what you think of these trades. Who else you think would be a great fit? You think guy like Kevin Love, Dennis Schroeder? There's a lot of names flying around on the trade market. So let me know what you guys think would be a good fit with the Lakers. Who's a realistic trade target? Which one of these trades could happen? Which trade you'd like to see happen? Make sure I said, guys, smash that thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. Lots of basketball stuff coming your way. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye, guys.
LeBron off the ball. LeBron, say it with your chest. Excellent feed from Caruso. LeBron running the lane. Russell Westbrook trying to take the charge. Grown man move.